When I see you there, and my heart goes blind. When I see you there, and my heart goes blind.
End every workout the right way with Core Power. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what...
and never leave me. Don't leave me, boy. Tell me if you want to follow me now, to follow me. Take me to your arms and never leave me. Don't leave me, boy. Cause I don't want to be alone. Tell me if you want to follow me now, to follow me. Take me to your arms and never leave me. Don't leave me, boy. Tell me if you want to follow me now, to follow me. Take me to your arms and never leave me. Don't leave me, boy.
Are you told aware even about your guy? 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 Are you told aware even about your guy?
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 6 of the Apollo Racing Club ACF1 League. I'm Adam EV500, joining you here this evening, bringing you all the action here tonight as we race on another fictional track of PGO International Circuit. It's a very interesting circuit. The layout is very, unique, as you can see there up on the screen. Taking a look at our standings so far, Hamza Gulzar currently with the point championship lead with 68 points, with William Neron in second. Now, William Neron will not be racing tonight. Instead, he'll be taking up honors here in the booth with me this evening. He'll be just a few minutes late, though. Danny Hernandez currently in P3 with 58 points. Eric DeRace, 52 points, sitting in fourth place in the championship. Sim Black Fox, last season's champion, currently sitting in fifth with 50 points, and Legs with 46, sitting in sixth. Nicholas Shepard in seventh with 31 points. And wow, I gotta remember who that was. I can't remember, but in eighth with 26 points. Robert Walker in ninth with 25. And Brandon Gobes rounding out the top 10 with 18 points. So we're into overtime here at PGO. Everybody's pretty much has run their laps here. Let's take a look. We have a total of 13 drivers here this evening at PGO. So nobody's really driven on this track. Of course, every driver was required to drive at least 25 laps before joining tonight's session. I think we'll have 14. I think Legs is not in here yet. I don't see him. So we'll have 14. Legs will be here tonight from the way it looks. So, but I hope everybody's having a good evening here. Welcome on in once again to Apollo Racing Club here tonight for ACF1. Hamza Gulzar with the fastest lap time in practice of 1:29.8, 1.1 second quicker. Pretty much a full second quicker than Danny Hernandez with that 1:30.6. Oh, that's his fastest lap. There we go. Now we're getting some sore times back up here. So 1:30.6. Cody Lawrence in P2. Danny Hernandez put in a 1:30.9 here in this practice session, but throughout the week he was a 1:39. Here was third fastest against the likes of Cody Lawrence, who put in a very quick time. Nicholas Shepard ran fourth fastest overall in practice with a 1:31.2. So, and that's just from the stored times that you're required to do. So now we're into the process here. We're getting ready for qualifying. Hamza Gulzar is here. Danny Hernandez is here as well. Cody Lawrence, Kieran Fox, Nick Cameron, and Matt Chevry, Gotifi. Legs should be here, but he shows him disconnected. Eric DeRace, Angela, Eugene, Brandon Gobes as well. Nicholas Shepard's here twice. Oh, Nick Cameron. Okay, Nicholas Shepard, and then Michael Randall. So we'll just wait a moment here before we get going. Of course, this allows the drivers some time to make sure that their fuel settings are to where they need to be, and if they have a quality trim, make sure it is ready to go. Okay. So 10 seconds until we can begin qualifying here. Of course, William Neron should be here in just a couple of moments to join us here at the PGO International Circuit. Of course, again, a fictional track. We don't have that great of notes on it just because of the track. So oh, never mind. We're good now. So we got drivers already out here. Michael Randall, first person out of the pits. Nicholas Shepard, Matt Chevry, and Danny Hernandez right behind. Cody Lawrence, Nick Cameron, Gotifi, Sim Black Fox, Angela, and Eugene and Fox. Or, excuse me, Brandon Gobes. So it looks like Legs has come back. And Matt Cherry's been kicked. Of course, that is just a bug. He will return. And now we're down the back straight. This is where DRS, so 3 DRS area zones, of course, points. So here we go. We're getting ready here. Now this is turn 13, I think. I think this is 16 turns, if I remember correctly. So it's not really turn numbers, but Michael Randall will be the first driver to try and conquer PGO International Circuit. Here we come down in the turn number 1. It's heavy braking. You know, it's not super high speed down that front straight. It's a short front straight and into a chicane. Then the first DRS down the actual first real fast straight you go down on this circuit. It may look like it's a little high speed, but that's only towards the back half of the track. And drivers have been saying they are a little bit nervous in how it's going to work on full fuel, because in practice they were struggling keeping the grip. That's another DRS zone out of turn, I think, 7. And now here we go down through the back of the track. And this is where it is high speed, and this is where guys are really afraid of having full fuel in the car, especially through the DRS zone that we're going to see here in just a moment, which is right here. Here's the board, third time. I think that was turn 11. I think is what that turn is. We'll confirm that with William Neron, who has probably more experience on this track than I do. So now we're coming towards the back end of this lap. Final turn comes across the line. Michael Randall is going to be first across the line with a 133. Nicholas Shepard with a 130.9. Danny Hernandez with a 131.2. So that promotes Cody Lawrence then up to pole with a 130.896. So Fox crosses the line in P4. So hopefully a lot of guys were able to get some times up here. No, we got to wait just a moment here. Sometimes that takes a little bit of time to get going here. Why did Trevor get kicked? It's a bug. It will kick drivers out. The server will sometimes kick drivers for no reason. So hopefully he can get back in. We'll find out soon enough. But Eric DeRace currently now coming through the circuit. That was not the start-finish line. He's just coming into the back half now. And he's coming up to another braking zone. DRS now coming through. As Lakes now goes fourth fastest, a 131.751. So Cody Lawrence currently on the pole with that 130.8. And where does Eric DeRace come out? P6, a 132.3. Goat Tiffy goes 11th. Brandon Shepard still in second. He has had a spin. Let's take a look at Eugene now. Eugene is, I don't think is he on that lap? See if our times have now come up now. Okay, now we're starting to see a lot more times coming up on the board here. So we got Cody Lawrence up at the pole, 130.8. Nicholas Shepard in PGO 130.9. You know, who we don't see out there is Hamza Golzar. And Hamza Golzar goes quick time with a 130.8, the 130.0. And he knows there's a lot more time than that in that car. Looks like William Neron has joined the session, so hopefully he joins us here in just a moment. 11 minutes, 15 seconds left here in qualifying as we get ready for quite a race here, as we saw Hamza Golzar go quick time with a 130.017. Can Cody Lawrence top that? He's a green sector 2. Oh, and he gets loose, and that's going to end his qualifying right there. So he will pull off to the side and take that to the pits. But now it's going to be Nicholas Shepard who is going to be the next person to come across that line. Hello, William Neron. Welcome on in to the broadcast booth.
Well, good evening. Happy to join you tonight.
I'm happy you're here, sir. So talk us through this this PGO International Circuit. It's kind of an interesting layout. Of course, the first half being much more tight and technical, and the back half being more about speed.
Yeah, true. I haven't driven it much myself, but from what I could see, yeah, it's going to be a good mix of, well, very high-speed corners that will test the downforce, and some more technical, slower ones. I know that some of the guys were complaining about rear-end wear, especially.
Nicholas Shepard is currently out there on an outlap, excuse me. So let's take a look here. Danny Hernandez, he is going to start a hot lap, and we got to keep our eyes on him as he is currently in the championship. In third place, William Neron, you were at the lead of the championship last week, but then Hamza Golzar puts up in a great performance and getting up P2. Are you confident in the rest of the season to hopefully maybe get back into contention and take a championship here at Apollo Racing Club?
Well, I mean, being confident is one thing. We do have quite the strong roster of drivers, especially like you say, Golzar. We also have Danny Hernandez, Eric, good old Fox, and Smith, especially. I've seen a lot. So, I mean, I'll do my best, but you know, needs to be consistent. That's going to be the key winning this season, I say.
All right. Looking on board with Sim Black Fox now. Let's take a look at his times. He's on an out lap. So let's take a look here then at Eugene. Eugene is, I think, on a hot lap. Looking at the times. Nope. He wouldn't be on a hot lap, I don't think, unless he just had a really bad sector one. Yeah. So nobody really on a hot lap here as we see Legs now in P6, Nick Cameron in P7, Matt Chevry in 8th, and Eric DeRace in 9th, Brandon Gobes in 10th. So the top four right now separated just right over a second, 1.2 seconds to be more precise.
Trying to go to the field as well.
We're seeing Cody Lawrence right now. He is on a hot lap. It looks like he had a green sector 1, a red sector 2, or an orange, or however you want to describe that. So he did drop a bit of time in sector 2. Let's see how he does in sector 3. So he now comes through the final few corners here at PGO. Again, a fictional circuit, so we don't have that much information, but it has, I think I counted 16 turns. And Cody Lawrence goes quicker, but not as quick as Hamza Golzar, 130.8. Let's see, Nicholas Shepard on a out lap of Kieran Fox, currently on a hot lap. Hamza Gulzar already.
Sorry, I was up to say, don't mind me here if I'm not interacting too much. I'm trying to navigate the real penalty admin panel.
Oh, okay. Hamza Gulzar, currently a purple Sector 1. Karen Fox did improve to a 131.264. But now it's time for Hamza Gulzar now, as he now puts up a purple Sector 2. He is looking to get into the 129s, which seem to be a huge undergoing there because of just how the rear works on this car. And now you can see now he is coming across the line. Where does he go? He goes quick time, a 129.825. And he takes an even bigger chunk. He is now 1 full second clear of Cody Lawrence.
That's very impressive if you ask me. He is finding time somewhere that the others just cannot match.
That is an absolutely insane time. He gained 0.2 throughout that lap. So now let's ride along. Cody Lawrence back on the circuit now. Can he go quick time here? Comes through turn 1. Again, this is the technical part of the track, so I mean this is the fastest they'll probably go through sectors 1 through sector 1 for sure. It's down that first stretch, front stretch, not the actual start finish straight, but the straight after that is pretty quick. Cody Lawrence now will hit that second DRS. Did not improve in Sector 1 to 25.4. Hamza Gulzar was 0.4 quicker in Sector 1. See what Sector 2 looks like. Again, down in Sector 2 at 29.7, 0.2 slower than the pole sitter right now. And now the final DRS through the third longest, pretty much I think this is the longest straight, wouldn't you say that? Will, is that back straight with the DRS out of turn, I think 11. Now Cody Lawrence did not improve. That was a 131.0, so he lost a few tenths himself on his best time. Now here comes Nicholas Shepard out on a hot lap. And he says, nope, no, that will not work for me. Danny Hernandez has had a crash.
I think Fox is on an out lap, I'm not sure. Not an out lap, an actual lap, sorry.
Yes, he is, but he is currently down in sectors 1 and 2. So 3 minutes now on the clock. You gotta do your lap. You gotta get out pretty much now if you want to get another lap hit. As now Fox goes P4 on 131.1. He just passes Danny Hernandez in qualifying here. See here, Legs is currently on a hot lap as well. Legs has had some good performances. Not as great as last week, but this week he's probably looking for a little bit of vengeance. Ooh, a lot of porpoising, especially down into turn. What is that? Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, and here's the thing with that porpoising, as we see him go through these corners. Depending on how hard it is, you will feel it in the direction. As he goes, and that can impair you so hard. You get so much understeer, and once in a while you can just get in your way of braking altogether.
So if you're not, basically, if anybody is not out there on a lap by it seems like if you're not even out there now, you might not get a chance. So, because we're hitting that point, basically now you have to get through this entire lap now if you're just coming out of the pits. So we're seeing Gobes, DeRay, Chevry, and Hamza Golzar all staying in the pits. Let's see here. Nicholas Shepard's out there on a hot lap now. He's currently down Sector 1. Cody Lawrence in P2. He is on an out lap currently.
Yeah, I think we got Nicholas Shepard, who's on a hot lap right now. Got Danny Hernandez and Nick Cameron also, I believe. And Eugene.
Oh, Nicholas Shepard just ate too much curb. And that's going to end his qualifying. As now Fox is on the hot lap. He goes has a green Sector 1. At 25.3, so I think he gained about a tenth there.
Keeping an eye on Nick Cameron, I think he improved on Sector 2.
He actually improved in Sectors 2 and 3, a 131.797. And Fox has said that's enough for him in qualifying. He's not going to gain a position as Danny Hernandez puts himself in the P4, a 131.0. And I think the only person out there doing a lap is Cody Lawrence, and it is. Yep. He has a green Sector 1, down in Sector 2. Now he just has to get through.
He would have to find lots of time in Sector 3 if he wants to improve on Golzar, though.
And that's going to be hard to do, especially with the lack, I would say, of turns through the final sector. It's really more about the speed of the car at that point. And here he comes out of turn, the final turn, crosses the line, and he improves by a tenth, 130.7. He was down in both sectors 2 and 3. But this man right here, Hamza Golzar, will take the pole position here once again, showing his speed in qualifying especially. So we now head into a race, and full fuel is going to be very interesting from what I heard.
Well, like I say, we saw earlier, some of the guys with the purposing they got, in fast corners and all that, and full tank of fuel will just exacerbate all of the problems that this brings along. So that'll be interesting to watch. Okay.
So here we go now, ladies and gentlemen. The countdown is on for a 26-lap race around this circuit. I'm not even sure how long this circuit is. Again, fictional track.
I'll see if I can get you that information real quick. We're looking at a 5.8 kilometer track here.
30 seconds until it's time to go. Again, thank you for watching here on ACF1. We have one more week of racing to come before we are on a break. After this race, we will head to Suzuka, then Miami. So we have 2 more races, before our next break week. So yeah, Suzuka next week, and then we'll have Miami the week after. So, all right. So now it is time to go racing here, folks. So we're about to get underway. 6 lights will be coming on here in just a moment. And here we go. It is going to be 6 lights here at PGO International Circuit. 6 lights will go out, and away we go here. And Matt Chevry was got a jump start there. Is now Hamza Gozar is going to try and pull away from Cody Lawrence and the rest of the pack behind him. As we now see Fox trying to advance some positions. There's Nicholas Shepard in third. He's on the outside of Cody Lawrence, but Cody Lawrence just going to pull just right ahead of him. But now it's a battle down into the next turn. And oh, we have a huge crash in the back there. It's Go Tiffy. But everybody's still cleanly here. Oh, we have a spin. It's going to be Nicholas Shepard now. He's going to fall back to the pack all the way down into P13. Danny Hernandez and Legs battling out here. Legs moves himself up into third. Danny Hernandez on the inside of his teammate. Legs. Now Danny Hernandez, he has called it quits. That's going to be a disconnection. That will be a DNF. So he will fall down to 14th. Oh, and there goes the Legs. Spinning around here, and he's going to fall back and back. Now Brandon goes moving up into P4. Look at him go here. He's currently P10 in the championship. Matt Chevry, who got kicked earlier from qualifying, able to get back in. Now he's up to P5 as Fox moves himself into P6. Eric DeRace in the 7th. Now Michael Rendell in 8th. Fox just holding on the inside there of Matt Chevry, gets the position back, and now Chevry's going to go into the pits, it looks like.
Yeah, so, I think that's going to be to serve his jump start.
Yep. So he got a jump start penalty. That is a drive-through, if I'm not mistaken. So now he is taking out, that drive-through has been taken. He'll come out in P13. Danny Hernandez moves himself in the 3rd. Brandon Gomes in 4th place. Look at him go here. Again, guys still probably nervous about having a full fuel tank as we're on lap number 2 of 26 here. Again, that is not the start-finish line. That's just the back half of the circuit. That's the front of a different setup. Fox now as well. He's about a second, just right under a second here from the rear end of Brandon Gobes, and he's even quicker now, 7/10. We're going to get DRS open next time by.
So looking at that, I'd say minus a few spins, it's being somewhat of a clean getaway so far.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very good getaway. I mean, you had the 2 guys that spun, but it looked like everybody got out very cleanly as Hamza Golzar puts up the fastest lap time of 1:34.1. So we're already 5 seconds off a qualifying pace this time around. DRS is now enabled. And this will allow some guys maybe to close the gap a little bit. Eric DeRace, he's hiding in the background there in P6, 1.4 seconds back behind Sim Black Fox, but don't count him out just yet. As Fox now closes the gap, 0.4 of a second between him and Brandon Gobes. Legs now getting closer to the back of Michael Randall now.
Oh. As you say that, Brandon Gobes lost the car, got some front wing damage.
And he is going to fall down to the back of the pack. Looks like P10. It looks like also Sherry has had a little bit of an accident. He has a pretty damaged front wing from the looks of the timing screen. Legs battling out here with Michael Randall. They're side by side. Here they go. Oh, Michael. Oh, my Lord, Legs. That was a move and a half. Chopped the nose off, basically, of Michael Randall, and he got the move done. He gets up into P8 now, so he is on the road to recovery here. Said there was a crash between the two on the timing. It doesn't look like any damage.
They were that close on that attempt at that switchback.
That was an absolute. That was beautiful, Legs. I mean, they both came out of it, so that's all that.
Yeah,
that works. So good, clean racing here. Danny Hernandez back is in P3. He's trying to chase down Cody Lawrence. Danny Hernandez very, very close to being a champion last season. Now this season currently sitting in that third spot with 58 points. And I know he's hungry for that championship, as William, as we saw last season. He was just so close. He was one race victory away from winning that, and unfortunately life gets in the way and he wasn't able to make the final race.
And I remember how somewhat anticlimactic it felt for pretty much everybody, and I don't think we'll want a redo of that this year, and he'll be, out for blood, basically.
Danny Hernandez now got within a second, so he'll have that DRS, I think, this time. Yes, he does. And on a circuit like this, a DRS can mean quite a bit compared to some tracks. Sometimes DRS just doesn't work, just like we see in Monza. We'll see DRS change form. But in a battle here, DRS can really make or break if whether or not you're going to get close to a guy or not. So especially in the closing stages of the race, when you might have to start using that battery a lot more and getting closer.
True, and especially I'd say, even more so with this car, I'd say, than the last one we had, battery management is a task.
I hate to interrupt here, though, William. Danny Hernandez just makes the move now for P2, and he spins it. Oh, no. He got the move done. Now he's going to be under threat by Sim Black Fox as he comes into the picture.
That's unfortunate there, just as he got on the throttle, I assume.
And Eric DeRace, he's had a spin. Look at him go right into the wall there. You can see the shot in the background. Looks like he's going to continue on, but his wing is broken.
And again, and not only that, but these tires are probably red hot at this point. You need to be careful on the throttle.
Okay.
Okay.
He just transports the pit. He has to. He was he was a propeller.
I don't know what happened there.
He was a propeller on an airplane for some reason. Go Teepee gets a 3-second time penalty for DRS, and Eric DeRace has called it a night. So Eric DeRace losing out. He's currently P4 in the championship with 52 points. His current competition behind him is Sim Black Fox with 50 points. So DNFing out of this one, not picking up any points. That's gonna hurt now. As we're almost halfway through the season here, Miami will be that halfway point.
Yeah, and that's gonna be this is gonna be one race you'll probably remember bitterly about, because as the season will progress, all the chances you have to grab those points. It's all about being consistent, and you'll probably remember this one race here as some bitterly lost points.
And that's when attendance also really matters as well, because you can attend every race, depending on what attendance is like. You can definitely pick up some points and elevate yourself up through the standings, and you might find yourself battling for a podium potentially if your attendance is good. So you look at Hamza Golzar. He currently has two non-starts so far this season. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't see him throughout the season. So that's also so having a good attendance here in these in leagues, it can really help you, and it makes the championship more fun. If
True.
If
the
everybody
more the merrier.
Yeah. This will be the second week in a row for Eric Derace picking up no points.
Yeah, that will hurt his chances for sure. But I mean, Eric is, he's one of those guys. He has the pace and all that. If he can just keep his nose clean, he'll come out on top. Like, he has a potential and all that. I guess it's just not falling together again today.
So now that pretty much everybody's spread out, Brandon Gobes, he moves up into P10 now.
Now, if I may, something interesting I just saw on the leaderboard is that we got Nick Cameron, who managed to make his way in 5th.
Yes, Nick Cameron managed his way in 5th. I hate to also interrupt. Brandon Gobes goes for a ride into the wall, but now Nick Cameron up to 5th place. Let's see here. Nick Cameron, where are you? He's currently P13 in the championship, 11 points. So, and as soon as we talk about him, he just puts a little bit too much throttle down and spins it. Now he's going to be under threat here by Legs. And if we know anything about Legs right now, he is on a tear. He is on a mission to have a good recovery drive.
Mm-hmm. So now I didn't do my homeworks this week, and I apologize for that. Looking at the tires here, I don't know much what we're looking for in terms of which tire will go like for how long. So I heard some echoes that a one stopper could be a thing, considering what we talked in between each other last week. But also, some people said that the rear tires are suffering tremendously, so I don't know if anyone will attempt it today.
Well, we see some guys currently on the soft tire, like Matt Chevry and, Eric Derace was on it, so Chevry was the only person on the C3 softs. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on the mediums, and then the top 4 are currently on the hard tires with Legs as well. So
if we go, let's say, about a similar logic to other races, I would assume the hards would probably go for. I would say not maybe not the halfway mark exactly, but close enough. So that would lead the mediums to maybe 2 more laps or so.
Okay. So taking a look now, Nick Cameron is coming into the pit, so he will give up that P5 position. A little early to be going into the pits, I would say, on the medium tire.
And he's coming out again on the medium.
So Legs moves up to P5. Of course, really no battles. Well, Brandon Gobes getting closer to Angela now. About seems to be about the only battle there out on track.
Also, if I may, Chevy out the pit as well on a fresh set of mediums.
Okay. Tomorrow night, join us here for IndyCar action as we head to Michigan this week. This week, broadcast will start at 7 o'clock with qualifying. Well, excuse me, at 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Again, IndyCar iRacing here again tomorrow night. I'll have the call with I think James Williamson. Brandon Gobes on the inside now of Angela, both on the medium tire. They come through, I think that's turn 7. These turns don't have numbers, so it's kind of have to throw a guess out. And he gets the position, moves up in the P10 for Brandon Gobes. Now 6 seconds down to Michael Randall, who he was battling with earlier.
Trying to look here at their last few laps. So I think Brandon Gobes seems to be running roughly a second faster a lap or so. I'll have to wait for them to cross the line to get a better picture of that. So yeah, if I go by my small widget here, in roughly 5 or so laps, if things goes as they are, will Brandon Gobes reach Michael Randall?
That'll be the question to answer here, as he's now 5.4 seconds down. Nick Cameron comes out in P7 after his pit stop. The gaps keep getting bigger. Cody Lawrence and Hamza Golzar are currently 6.1 seconds between the two. Michael Randall has had a spin. Yeah, he's had a spin somewhere. And Brandon Gobes will go by quickly, so he'll pick up another position.
I wonder here, because if that comes to like what I was talking earlier about the porpoising, I wonder if some of the guys here are getting caught off guard by the porpoising in the fast corners, because there seems to be a lot of spins in these.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously practiced, so they probably wouldn't have caught him off guard that much if they, did 25 laps.
But the question is, did they practice with race fuel, or did they went with a lighter load? Like, I know some people will basically not practice race fuel that much. I mean, I'm personally guilty of that often.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, especially when you're getting acclimated with the track. But now we're pretty much almost halfway. The next lap, we're on the halfway point. So, Nick Cameron. He's with Eugene right now, side by side. And Eugene Lose a position here to Nick Cameron. Nick Cameron now has a 13-second gap between himself and Legs. Legs 16 seconds between himself and Fox. So, we should start seeing guys pit now, especially on medium tires, I would say.
Yeah, been looking in the past few laps on some of the guys on the hards, and they started to lose space. So I'm gonna assume, yeah, they should be pitting pretty soon.
Again, 26 laps here at PGO International Circuit. We're on lap 13. Michael Randall has called it a night as well, so now we're down to 11. Started with 14.
I'd say the gaps have normalized at this point, so...
Yep, it's pretty, there's not a whole lot of close racing going on at this point in time, and if you're on these hard tires, you're trying to get them to go as long as you can go, because if you can get on the soft tire for the end of this race, I can see that being a pretty quick option.
That would be a quick option, but can they handle whoever would attempt that? Can they handle like going a bit longer maybe on some of these tires to make it worth it?
Well, the likes of like Danny Hernandez, he is somebody who is known for taking the tires as far as they will go.
True. But I'm looking at Golzar and Lawrence. Flashbacks to last week's Istanbul, where they basically went with a one-stopper. I wonder if they will attempt it again, like, or not.
Well, they will probably definitely attempt it. I mean, probably doing a one-stopper is not that far out of reach, especially now we're on lap 14. So we're past the halfway point of this race. And now Danny Hernandez, he does pit.
Yep. Same with Fox.
Oh, and he's missed his pit box.
He's not the first one I see this happening to tonight.
Fox, he'll get the pit here. Danny Hernandez comes out on mediums. Fox is actually going to close the gap here on this pit. He's going to come out right behind Danny Hernandez coming out of pit lane now.
And Smith getting in the picture here.
Yeah, Legs gonna join this battle. Probably a battle he wasn't wanting, but he's gonna get it here.
And you know, the outlap is so important. It's a point you can lose so much time or gain so much because these tires are cold. And here I think Legs' tire just cannot just cannot keep up. I think it's pretty obvious. Also, a small note here: when you get out the pit, your battery ERS it comes out fully recharged. I'm pretty sure that Fox and Danny are just going at it, hammering and
Well, this is the opportunity for Fox now because he is within a second of Danny Hernandez. He's going to get DRS now through the back straight. So if he can keep in that DRS, he can stick with Danny. And putting Danny under pressure helps out Fox quite immensely right now because he, like I said earlier, he's the defending champion. He's currently in P5 right now with 50 points. So he wants, you know, something like this right now helps him out tremendously, especially with Eric DeRace out. He will move up a position tonight for sure, unless he DNFs himself.
And if there's someone who's good at putting you under pressure just by making himself look big in your mirror, it's gonna be Fox.
Yep. If there's anything
I
Fox...
had my own... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, finish your point.
I was about to say, and I had my fair amount of skirmish with Fox, and he will be in your gearbox. He will be as close as he can make himself be and wait for that moment.
And Fox, of course, is a clean racer. He's a clean driver. He does not, you know, he puts up a clean fight of what he does. He and I have done some races in a different sim, and he's one of the more adaptable drivers in the league. The guy can just pick up any car and just race that car phenomenally well. And
yep.
So he's adaptable. He knows how to adapt to each car he drives. Of course, he runs not only this league, he runs the Road to Glory series, which switches cars every week. It doesn't switch on.
Yep.
So Kieran Fox picking up the fastest lap time with a 1:33.3. So we are gaining time in terms of lap time. So.
And while this was happening, we got Lawrence, who dipped into the pit out with the medium.
He will definitely be a one-stopper. He can take that to the end easily.
Now, will Golzar answer in kind with a pit or try to...
I hate to interrupt. Fox has just had a minute. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
That was a huge, huge crash. Huge rear wing damage. A lot of front damage as well. Let's hope that car continues on. But now he drops the time to Danny Hernandez as we were just getting that battle heated up here. So go ahead. What were you saying?
No, yeah. So I was wondering if Golzar was going to answer Cody Lawrence's pit stop, and he's doing that just now.
See, he's just into the pit lane now. Well, actually, he's exiting pit lane, so he's going to come out with quite a gap still.
It's going to be if the out of Cody is going to would have been good enough at this point.
Yep, he's closed it as close as 4.7 seconds. So he did gain time, but not a lot. Not as much as he needed. He needed 6 seconds. He only got 2. So here we go. Now we're in the final few laps here. 9 laps remaining. No real battles happening. Eugene, I feel like he's been in the pits for a while now. Now he's coming out.
So we got Gobes on the softs here, so
Brandon Gobes. Gonna try and make those soft tires hopefully last till the end. Those are gonna be difficult to drive on, I should say, based on the lap he pitted. He's had 2 laps on the soft so far. But the field spreads back out, and that is pretty much the story of this track, it seems like.
I'm looking at things here. So maybe like I'll wait maybe a lap or two for we'll see if there's a pattern there, but there's a chance that maybe Chevry is catching up to Nick Cameron. I'll need a few more laps to validate that, but
Chevry is currently in the pits.
Never mind. Never mind then.
All right, so that takes care of that. Looks like Fox is still hanging in there with that damage.
Well, like you said, he's very adaptable. So if there's someone that can drive a broken car, I mean, it's gonna be Fox. Then again, like the gap he's got with legs, he's probably got more time to lose by pitting and repairing than just making it work. I mean, if anything, in the past few laps, he's still somewhat either faster or on par with legs, so I think he'll just bring her home.
Seven laps to go. These next 7 laps, pretty much everybody's going to probably be calm, cool, and collected at this point, just based on the gaps. Just bring the car home now. Top 5 looks like this. Hamza Golzar in the lead with Cody Lawrence in P2, Danny Hernandez in P3. 4th is Sim Black Fox or Kieran Fox. And in 5th is Legs Smith. Well, this is an interesting circuit, and we see Chevy. He's currently on the softs. Golzar puts up the fastest lap time at 1:32.6 on the medium tire. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that man, he is on a tear right now.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty much untouchable today.
Yeah, he's had it here today, ladies and gentlemen. He is 7.1 seconds ahead of Cody Lawrence. And Cody Lawrence is somebody who's also very quick himself. And we've seen him time and time again here be up there at the front. So... And then we have Danny Hernandez, 12 seconds down to Cody Lawrence. I mean, that's a sizable gap. And Danny Hernandez also somebody who's fairly is very, very quick as well, as we saw last season. Yeah, well, this kind of just shows you kind of how, especially on a circuit like this, that you just have to be good on every part of the circuit. It will reward you.
Oh yeah, and just being calm and collected with the car. It's a car that can get upset, but if you set it to be just that touch, maybe less optimized, but you know, just more easy to handle, you can do some nice thing with it.
Go TP will
And
pick up.
that shows up.
Go TP picks up a time penalty for cutting. Again, you get 3 cut warnings, and then you are given a 3-second time penalty. This app works, you know, the real penalty app works really well, especially with our league, because it detects cut warnings, it detects cuts, track cuts, and as well as DRS violations.
True. And I'd say honestly, to get like up to the 3 cut warning, usually you need to have been maybe a bit careless. Because the thing that this app will do, if you cut, if you're not going too fast, you will have a small warning that tells you like, hey, you're going too fast, slow down. And if you don't comply, then it will give you that warning. And needs to happen 3 times. So that's a small quirk of the thing here. But otherwise it works extremely well. Now, something I wonder here, it's been 2 races in a row where the one stopper has shown to be, I want to say, the superior option with a question mark. So I wonder if that's something that we'll see more as the season progresses.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a 2-stopper. I don't think we have seen a 2-stop race from anybody this season, if my memory corrects, that have won the race on a 2-stop at least. We saw it last season a couple of times with Danny Hernandez. He went on a 2-stop strategy and ended up winning a couple of races because of doing it.
And like something that what we discovered as well, and it's why I pointed up, is these tires, once they pass a certain threshold of wear, they stop losing performance. They will not be great, but you can keep on, you know, can keep on trucking basically. And I think that's what they're basically taking advantage of in a way. Is like these tires become predictable. They're slower but predictable past a certain point. And I guess that's how they make it work for one-stoppers.
Yeah, I was just looking through here. Of course, if everything stays the same here, Legs will pick up a good top 5. That would put him above Eric DeRace as well. So 3 laps remain here at PGO. Of course, next week we head to Suzuka. That will be an interesting race for sure.
Always a fun track to drive as well.
And I'm probably guessing the gaps will be much smaller, considering that it's a track that pretty much I would say most people know at this point anymore. In the way that the circuit is laid out, that is, it calls for close racing. It's not really meant for gaps.
I mean, there's quite a few places I can see also like passing opportunities could lay at. So that'll be interesting, especially with these cars. There's quite a few corners that the ground effect will probably be able to take advantage of and make it a bit more interesting.
2 laps now remain. Sent out to our race leader. Hamza Golzar. Just calm, cool, collected. So he knows that he pretty much just has to bring it home at this point. Yeah, he's had a superior race. He's had the pace pretty much all week in practice, and he shows up again here this week and shows why he is the championship leader currently here at ARC. But again, a lot more to go here. Again, we're not even halfway through this season, but we are getting to that point. So here we go. White flag this time here for Hamza Golzar, and Cody Lawrence will be right behind him, about 12 seconds. And Danny Hernandez back there in third.
Somewhat a shame as well now that we're on the last lap, because here I got some timetable of the lap times, and Fox is ever so slowly creeping up on Danny Hernandez, but a bit too late, unfortunately.
You know, and that's the painful part about racing, is that, you know, you'll finally start closing that gap at the wrong time. You know, usually it's too late for you to do anything, so you just get it as close as you can. You keep fighting till that checker flag comes out, because you never know what might happen ahead. Angela will pick up a 10th place finish. They have had... Let me send that here.
You say that, but we got Gotifi right on the gearbox of Angela.
Side by side here on the final lap out of turn 7. Gotta be careful though, there's lap traffic right behind him. It's gonna be Danny Hernandez back there, along with Eugene. Eugene's gotta get by as well. And Hamza Golzar now coming down the front, start finish straight, will take another race win here. Cody Lawrence will come home to second place. Well, Danny Hernandez, in the midst of all this, has dropped a bit of time. Fox, he's going to fight till the end here, but we're getting close to the end now. Danny Hernandez, he is gotten by the lap traffic. He's going to come home to third place here. That's our podium of Hamza Golzar, Lawrence, and Danny Hernandez. Fox will come home in P4. Gotifi will pick up 6 seconds to the final time. So didn't matter if he passed Angela or not. He was going to get dinged on that. But Legs will come home and round out the top 5 here. Nick Cameron, not too far behind, will come home to 6th place. And Matt Chevry will now come home into P7. A little bit farther back, but he's now coming into those last couple of turns. But we do have a race winner here tonight. It's Hamza Golzar here tonight. That's going to be his 3rd win on the season. But Matt Chivry crossed the line in 7th. So, but this man right here takes the win. Outside of Chevry in P8 is Eugene. In 9th, Brandon Gobes. 10th, Angela. 11th, Goat Tiffy. And our 3 DNFs of Michael Randall, Eric DeRace, and Nicholas Shepard. So, well, William Neron, that was a quick race there for Hamza Golzar, and Cody Lawrence having a good night tonight as well, and Danny Hernandez for rounding out the podium.
Yeah, that was still well fought, well deserved. I mean, he was in command, and for Lawrence, he did what he could, and Danny just kept in his nose clean. So that's a well-deserved podium for all of the three there.
Any final thoughts, sir, on tonight and on to next week?
Well, for tonight, I'd say something that I saw final thought would be it was a race about keeping your nose clean. Those small little mistakes added up for a few of the guys, and people took opportunity on that. As for next week, I mean, eager to get back into the seat. I was Hill last week, which is why I've joined you tonight, because I was not well enough to drive, but I'll be back behind the wheel next week and hopefully go and grab some points myself.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch all the action here at Apollo Racing Club by hitting that follow button on Twitch, as well as subscribe to our YouTube. Catch up on all the action here that happens here at Apollo Racing Club. Tomorrow night, we'll have iRacing IndyCar at Michigan. Should be an interesting race tomorrow night, so join us tomorrow at broadcast time at 9 o'clock Eastern. For everybody here at Apollo Racing Club, we want to thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time here on ACF1.